Welcome to the channel. It's me, Vandal. Hope you have an excellent day. Today I got some of the craziest videos I can find on TikTok. I couldn't wait to make this video, upload, and show it to everyone. So make sure you sit back, relax, grab some to drink. Let's get started.
Chad, we probably should get our black ass out here now. Chad, we probably should... Come on. Come on. It's about to get crazy. We probably should get our black ass out right now, Chad.
What up, young fella, man?
How you doing now? Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, this is about to be bad. When it starts,
tell everyone to say hi.
Oh, it is gonna get out.
This guy has been following me since 23rd Street.
Literally? What type of demonic shit is Ronald? What in heck? Oh my.
Dude, what is that? Dude, what is that?
There is a straight up caterpillar in my Chipotle.
What's it?
Chipotle.
I see
Live caterpillar.
Getting protein at Chipotle is normal. Find a caterpillar, that's a new level to farm to table.
Who owns CNBC, who owns Fox, who owns CNN. At the top of the shareholder list, you have Vanguard and BlackRock. You look at the food, who are the top shareholders of all this junk food? Vanguard and BlackRock. Who owns Meta, Snapchat, Twitter, Google? Oh, it's the same company. It's BlackRock. It's Vanguard. Profit-driven companies. So the media is controlled, the food is controlled, the narrative is controlled. So it's this ecosystem of how to print butterflies out of thin air.
Now, people can do just with a drone that is no bigger than your palm. It's called Stinger Drone, and killing someone with this is super easy. You simply upload your target's face and location. That's it. The drone scans the area with its field cameras and sensors, quietly hunting. But here's the terrifying twist. Underneath one of its propellers, it carries 3 grams of shaped explosive. The moment it catches them using facial recognition, it smashes straight into their forehead at insane speed. The impact is so brutal, it cracks through the skull.
Facial recognition drones tagging your face like it's Instagram. One click and you're off the grid for good.
What the watching the finals? What the Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Friday the 13th? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that, man? Dude. Like, what the... This is insane, bro. This is insane. What happened?
We are in the movie The Day After Tomorrow. Look at the sky and look at that. Look at the sky. Hit the sky, y'all. And look at that. Look at that. Just we in the movie Day After Tomorrow.
What I'm about to show you is probably the craziest thing I've ever seen on the internet. Take a look. Okay, so we've all heard about this company, right? Sure that it does ring a bell. Good. So, Google Translate, Latin to English, nothing crazy. Now let's put a few spaces in between those letters and see what happens. Alright, nothing too crazy so far. And I'll check this out. You cannot make this shit up. Just try it out. Try it yourself. You'll see. And let me know what you think.
When Google Translate starts speaking Latin incantations, it might be time to close the tab before you accidentally summon something.
Call me crazy. I don't care. I've been called it before. Anyways. Do y'all not think that demons walk around the earth? They're literally doing rituals on stage. Bonnie Blue is a walking succubus. We literally have a succubus on earth in flesh, which there's probably more, obviously. There's more succubus. But there's so much stuff going on in a spiritual realm, and everyone is blind. Blind. Prophecies are coming true, and people still don't believe in Jesus. We literally have demons walking among us. Y'all need to know how to rebuke them and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus anytime you feel like somebody's weird around you. Because I've literally done it, and people have quit talking or forgot their thought. Because I knew they weren't supposed to be talking. Because it wasn't them. I can hear it. It's literally, it's a gift. It's of disconcernment. But, y'all be careful out here.
These motherfuckers be aliens, yo. Look at this shit. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at his fucking face. Look, he know he fucked up. Look, he know his eyes fucked up. Look. Watch this shit. Watch him get to blinking.
I know you're not suggesting he was as good as Josh Allen last year.
And his eyes.
I know you're not saying that. I think he gets lost. He was better played his spots. I agree. If you watched it, the circumstances were horrific last year. I'm not suggesting he was great.
Yo.
I'm suggesting he was.
What the fuck, yo?
At this moment in time, he was the best option they had.
Yo, that's crazy.
This guy eye glitch out harder than a lagging PS2. Guess they forgot to patch the human skin update.
What on earth? Guys, this is 100% real. And why would anyone want to wear something like that? That is not fashion, that is demonic. This is nothing new to us. What I want you to do is research a certain club called the Red Shoe Club. Find out what material they use for the shoes that makes them shoes so red, and you will be shocked. But yeah, guys, this is the world we live in today. You have no remorse for the victims of this evil, demonic behavior.
What's that? Oh, a baby hammerhead shark fell from the sky in South Carolina? Oh, good. A baby hammerhead shark fell out of the sky, and people that witnessed it said there was no birds or anything flying or carrying it. They just saw it falling from the sky. That's so fun. Yeah, first we hear about a whale that's frozen in space, floating around, and has been up there for quite some time. Now we got baby sharks falling from the sky. Oh, fun. Is this just a random anomaly? It's hard to say. I guess we'll see if anything else starts falling from the sky soon. Okay. People said it was as if a portal opened up and it just fell from it. Oh, fun. It's hard to say exactly what happened here, but let's just keep an eye out and avoid things that are falling from the sky, okay?
Baby sharks dropping like rain. Either portals are opening or nature just unlocks some very disturbing DLC. I just wanted to talk when I made this video because this video is very well done. It looks real. AI is getting extremely dangerous, I feel like, because it can be manipulated in so many ways to make things look believable. I actually had to look this up because this was supposed to take place in, I think it was South Africa or something like that. I actually was curious. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this would have been on the news, or at least a news article or something, but it wasn't.
Okay, so in Men in Black, they didn't read the New York Times. They read things like this, the National Enquirer, the Globe.
Hot sheets, best investigative reporting on the planet.
Best investigative reporting on the planet is what Kay said. Was that just a joke or maybe a warning hidden in plain sight? Okay, stay with me here, because here's the thing. Tabloids like Globe and National Enquirer, they may look totally ridiculous, but sometimes they bury real stories inside a swirl of nonsense. They take real things, black ops, underground labs, elite control systems, and smother them in exaggeration, just enough to discredit the whole entire thing. Why do they do this? Because if it's published somewhere, even a tabloid, they can later say, well, the public saw it, we put it out there, they just didn't take it seriously. So the question isn't just, is this true or false? So the question is, what are we really being shown through these articles? Sometimes the wildest lies are built to hide the quiet truth.
When tabloids become trustworthy, we officially slipped into the wrong timeline. Reality feels like it's written by interns.
50 Cent posted and deleted this video, but not before I saved it because I wanted to talk about it. So I'm going to play it for y'all so we can have that conversation.
It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage. A stranger's addiction, and you let him find. Some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the pleasure. 'Cause all I see is a chocolate thing. Milk busted over everything. Days gone by. It's the biggest break of tangerine.
Real quick, if you think Jay-Z is innocent just because he's married to Beyonce, you're crazy. Just so y'all know, he really did post this. Like, I'm not crazy. I really want to know how people feel about this because this isn't the first time that 50 Cent has posted something outrageously crazy about the Diddy trial, but I haven't seen anything that actually included all the victims too. And when I was reading through the comments before they just like disappeared, I really was surprised. I thought I was going to be reading comments of people saying that how he was doing too much, it was insensitive, including who he did, but yeah, that was not the case at all. One thing that I have noticed, and this video Loki confirmed it for me, that the narrative or the viewpoint on the victims is they're not really being looked at as victims, more so as willing participants. I don't personally feel that way, but that's kind of like the main topic of discussion that I've been seeing lately. So how do y'all feel about that? I'm genuinely curious. I don't know why it got taken down. I don't know if he deleted it, if TikTok deleted it. I don't know.
This guy, John Stewart Reed, he does what is called music medicine.
Uh-oh.
No, it's actually pretty cool.
Oh.
His father was a scientist. They were allowed access to the King's Chamber in the Pyramid of Giza.
Wow.
And you know the big box that's in there?
Sarcophagus.
Ooh.
What they did was they put the that frequency reader that where you play a certain frequency and it makes a pattern.
Yeah.
They're reading the frequencies from the King's Chamber and they put it in the sarcophagus. And what it did was it formed different hieroglyphics.
Weird.
But he said something very strange happened. So years prior to that, he got in like a car accident, broke his back and had to have surgery. And so he lived with like chronic back pain.
Mm-hmm.
And he said after they did this experiment with the frequencies in the King's Chamber, his back never hurt again.
Oh my gosh.
And so he started studying it from the 80s.
Yeah.
And basically what he does, it's called music medicine. They take people with like diseases and chronic pain and they play certain frequencies. And he says their blood gets pumped full of more oxygen just from these frequencies.
Wow.
And it allows the healing process to happen quicker.
The pyramids to drop their mixtape. Apparently, ancient Egyptians cured back pain by turning hieroglyphics into playlists.
Reality glitches caught on camera.
It literally looks like you.
Me?
Yeah.
How can I look away?
Oh my god, that's so weird.
All the cars being red.
That's nuts. I don't like that.
I feel fucking creeped out, mother. Oh my god!
Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he just go?
Yo, who left their shadow, bro? Like, nobody's here. Like, nobody's here. Who left their shadow? Come get it. It's at Planet Fitness. If you want your shadow back, it's right there. Hold on, clear. It's like, you can't see, bro. Oh, there it is.
They see that shadow? Where are the clouds? Where are the clouds?
When the simulation spawns all the cars in the same color, it's either rendering a glitch or reality's art director got lazy.
The moment when we see people changing, be it due by stress, by emotions that they have, because the mask is connected with their original skin and nervous system. That means if the reptilian is stressed on that moment, automatic nervous system get a stress response, such as excitement, fear or anger. It means that the system have on that moment difficulty to keeping the pupils as a human and have a problem to sync with the human, and on that moment we have in a few seconds that we see the original eye of the reptilian. I can assure you all the shape shiftings what you have already seen the last 20-40 years are real shape shiftings from reptilians.
When your favorite celeb glitches out like a scratch DVD, it's probably not bad reception, it's bad disguise.
Morgan Ashley live for us in studio tonight. Good evening, Morgan.
Good evening, Sean. So Representative Scott spoke this morning at a legislative committee in Boise. She's worried about the possibility that people are eating other people and may not know they're doing so. She says with the rise in human composting, which is legal in several states as a means of dealing with human remains, she was concerned about what other uses may be found. During today's meeting, she explains what finally convinced her to act.
I was on a plane this summer and I was watching, you just kind of randomly go through channels, and I watched a video of some food show, and the three contestants tasted the food and they had to guess what was in it. It was some kind of a sausage. And one of the options they told these people that was in the food was human flesh. And I thought at that point, and this was on a plane this year, I thought, this is going to be normalized at some point. The way our society's going and the direction we're going, this is going to be normalized.
When food ingredients getting a little too exotic, it's not calling our innovation. It's time to consider getting your meat from the local butcher.
This is one of the craziest and spooky videos that you're going to see all week. I'm not going to lie, I watched this one several times because, to be honest, it freaked me out. In just a moment, I'm going to show this clip, and it starts out like one that you have seen probably 1,000 times. The ones where these ladies, these girls set up their phone on the ground and they do some kind of dance video. It's everywhere. This young lady, she sets her phone up. She's on like a dock that's out on a lake. And she sets her phone up on the dock, and unfortunately it falls over and goes into the water. But what happens next is bone chilling. What it captures in the water is the thing nightmares are made of. Watch closely, pay attention, and I've slowed it down. I've looped it a couple times. It's a quick video, but you can clearly see what looks like, I think, an old man's face. Some kind of face appears out of the darkness in the water. It's pretty clear. Watch it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you have any evidence you'd like to share, my email is listed in my bio. Have a great day. God bless. Check this out.
What if I told you that the moon is not actually a solid rock, but it is some sort of projection being reflected off of our firmament, and that it's not a solid object? First, let's get into the mainstream idea of what the moon actually is. So the moon is 238,000 miles away, and it's a solid rock in outer space that's orbiting around our Earth. And for some reason, it is just so shiny. In fact, it doesn't even make sense, because if you put light on a sphere, the law of reflection makes the light contained in one spot. It doesn't create crescent shapes like the moon. And isn't it just a bit fishy what the Earth looks like from the moon? So did we really land on the moon? Especially if it's not some solid object and it's actually completely transparent throughout the day. How can you see stars through the moon? How can you see the sky behind the moon if it's a solid rock outside of our own atmosphere, meaning it would be in the empty void of space? But Cameron, how could the moon possibly be a reflection? Well, check this out. If you mirror the image of the moon, you can actually fit the entire United Nations flat Earth map on that part of the moon. And you can fit the tropics, the equator, and everything else. Not only that, but the Prague astronomical clock, I believe it's in the Czech Republic, actually depicts this. So isn't that absolutely insane that this was built hundreds of years ago, but it's showing a moon map? That's absolutely insane. But of course, this is a conspiracy theory. I'm making all of it up, and I know for a fact that the moon is in outer space. Why wouldn't it be?
Moon's a reflection? That explains why it's glitching like a cheap projector. Guess NASA forgot to pay the subscription.
That's a little too close for comfort, lady.
Oh, damn.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
This is awesome.
Hello? Do I know you?
Are you hungry?
Oh, I'm starving. You got anything for me? Those flowers look delicious.
Oh my God! Oh, it's because of a conspiracy.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy. Look at me. I'm a little know-it-all. Will you get back over here? I got a question about this conspiracy. Did you have to buy an extra seat for your hat, sir? Sir, are you stealing a desk? Sir, you have resting, confused face. Do you have a favorite animal or pet?
A caterpillar?
A caterpillar? Wouldn't you rather have a gargoyle?
No!
Yes! You know, you can actually put the phone down and have a conversation with me. But no, I'm a millennial. I've got to post it. I've got to snap face it and Twitter book it. Excuse me, miss, I've got a stain that needs some polishing. Can I borrow your cleaning cart?
Oh, no. What's
I need your help. Guess what my favorite food is?
What?
No, I want you to guess.
Human?
Cumin. Yes, I love cumin.
I said human.
Oh, I thought you said cumin. I'm a real big spice guy. Furry hat guy. I can't believe you are wearing one of my friends.
Hey, this isn't your friend.
It used to be until you put it on your head, man.
How old are you?
Well, 243 years old now. I look good for my age, don't I?
Yeah, work out.
All the time. You should see my squats.
You're such a sweet talker.
Will you take me back home with you?
Let's go. I have some space in my backpack.
Actually, I think you have too much baggage for me.
In 2019, this posting was uploaded to Craigslist by a man stating he's willing to pay $150 to bathe in people's septic tanks in Jacksonville, Alabama. It ended up being one of the strangest and most grotesque ads posted on Craigslist at the time. The ad read, "I pay to enter your septic tank for an hour at a time. Some might judge me for this, but it's what I enjoy. I will pay you $150 an hour to bring my equipment in and gain access to your septic tank. I then have my associate close the tank after I have set my tripod and camera up. Believe it or not, it's a great place to reflect." Strangely enough, someone took the man up on his offer, because not long after this post, multiple videos surfaced online of the man in a latex suit, submerging himself in the septic tank that was full of waste. Some people speculated that the person in the video was a man named Gary Moody, who was arrested twice for hiding in the waste tanks of public toilets. The first time he was arrested in 2005 was because a woman using the restroom at a national park spotted Moody in the waste tank beneath the toilet. He claimed he had dropped his wedding ring and was trying to retrieve it. The second time was in 2011, when a 9-year-old boy waiting to use the restroom noticed that the toilet had been pulled out and was lying on the floor. He saw a man pop out of the hole leading to the waste tank. After a few minutes, a completely wet man, Gary Moody, exited the restroom and told the boy he was retrieving his shirt, which he claimed had fallen into the vault. Although it can't be confirmed that the man in the septic video is Gary Moody, a connection can be made because his second arrest in 2011 is around the same time the first septic tank video was uploaded to the internet, which was in 2012. This next video is a video I recorded late one night when I decided to explore an abandoned street named Holton Avenue, where a 26-year-old woman named Jessica Coleman was found dead with gunshot wounds.
Well, this is the look on all the celebs' face today after finding out that a very famous rapper's name was kept secret in the Diddy trial today. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure Jay-Z is giving a big thumbs up. And I'm sure Jenny from the block is somewhere whooping it up as well, because today, when a witness mentioned a very famous rapper who was involved in a Las Vegas incident, the judge blocked this name from being shared after the prosecution pushed for this name to be hidden. The weird thing is that Diddy's team is the one who actually wanted this famous rapper's name outed, but Maureen Comey, who is working for the prosecution, basically the government is the one who wants to keep these names hidden. And Maureen Comey is the same person who was involved with the Ghislaine Maxwell trial involving the Jeffrey Epstein files, and she also pushed to keep those names redacted to hide and potentially protect some of those names that were in those documents. Well, the same thing is happening in this trial. Just like they won't give us the Epstein file, they're also saying you don't get to know the whole story here either. Crazy little girl. Interesting enough, now he's not a rapper, but Mr. P. Diddy's friend Ashton Kutcher has been awfully quiet lately. Does anybody know where Mr. Kutcher is?
Someone's an after party tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Because somebody please explain to me why he can go in front of Congress and start a whole organization and talk to the government about how against traffic he is and how much he hates it. But then, when it's his good buddy of many years that's on trial for that same exact thing, crickets. Absolute silence from Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, and I'm sure that if they could write a character letter for P. Diddy, they probably would. And honestly, I shouldn't say if they could, I should say if they had to, because what did Danny Masterson know about them that they had to write those character letters for him during his trial? And what does Diddy know about him that he's not coming forward and saying anything about how this is wrong? Really makes me wonder what he may be hiding here. Anybody else? Anyway, it does make you wonder, whose names do you think are being withdrawn? Who was he around a lot? Who was named in other lawsuits pertaining to him? I don't know, just makes you wonder.
They're keeping a celebrity name sealed like classified files. When the rich get exposed, silence isn't just golden, it's court order.
Ghislaine Maxwell said in court that she was a citizen of Terramar because she didn't want to say that she was a citizen of the United States. Because when you say that you're a citizen of the United States, you are not a free person. My first video on the Terramar project got taken down, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to make a series on this. And then today, I got back at it. I got back on my feet. And one of the first things I learned was the difference between being an American national and being a citizen of the United States. A citizen of the United States means that you are basically an employee to the U.S. corporation. Everybody's saying that our constitutional rights are being violated and all of these things. We don't have the constitutional rights that we all think we have. Because since 1871, when Washington, D.C. came into play, we all became citizens of the United States. So when you go to court and you say that you are a citizen of the United States, there are things that can be done to you in court that would not be allowed if you were an American national. As an American national, you have a different Bill of Rights, you have a different constitution, and they look almost identical, but there are some word changes in there. And if you put S in front of word, it spells sword. We are being played by words. Our freedom has been taken by words. When you go to apply for a passport, there are 2 different passport slips. One of them, which I'm going to be doing this pretty soon, is that actually immediately, as soon as possible. One passport slip is for if you no longer wish to be a part of the corporation of the United States, this is what you need to fill out. And once you're approved and given that passport, then you become an American national, a free person. My series is back on. I can't wait.
This next video that was uploaded on May 5th, 2021 shows a woman in distress wandering around the streets of Seattle. In the video, you can hear her screaming as she limps around covered in blood like a zombie. Eventually, police and ambulance show up to the scene to help the woman. After this incident went viral, people were quick to come up with theories of who this woman was and what happened to her. One theory was that a virus was turning people all over the world into zombies.
Zombie viruses.
That obviously sounds crazy, but people were getting caught up in these outlandish theories due to other similar videos that were going viral at the same time.
Que ça, tu parles quand tu vois ça déjà?
One of the more popular theories surrounding this incident was that this was a woman named Marilyn Stanley that was brutally attacked by her ex-boyfriend and his dog. The injuries seen in the Seattle woman closely resembled those sustained by Marilyn Stanley, leading some to speculate that the video was recorded moments after her attack. However, this theory was quickly debunked. Marilyn Stanley's assault occurred in Kentucky in 2015, 6 years before the Seattle incident. The true identity of the woman in the video was Kimberly Kasai. She had put on makeup and covered herself in fake blood to look and act like a zombie in order to garner attention about a topic she felt strongly about.
When protesting involved method acting to undead in broad daylight, maybe the message got lost in translation.
Teach our children it's okay, and then we can sing "Rockabye Baby" on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle rock. Who's gonna put their baby on top of a tree and wait for the wind to blow to see the cradle to rock, and possibly the child dies? Yeah. And then we're gonna also sing "Old MacDonald had a farm," E-I-E-I-O, right? But then we gotta look A, B, C, D, E, fifth letter. I, Roman numerals 6. So we got E-I, 6, E-I, 6 and O is the 15th letter in the English alphabet, and 1 plus 5 is 6. So Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, 666. Maybe we tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I just try. I don't even talk to people much because I don't want them to think that I'm crazy. But this can't be by accident. It can't be, right?
That shit just took a wild turn because what? The thing about it, that was just one of many. I mean, think about it. We was singing Ring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posies, Ashes, Ashes. We all fall down. And then that's when I learned that one was rooted in the Black Plague. Had us chanting about death, disease, and ashes. See, I done told y'all, they love us talking about death when we talk about mourning, wake. So our language is around death. That chant was no different. And as children, we holding hands in a circle, chanting this. That was a formation that was mimicking ritual circles. So if that's not ritual adjacent, I don't know what is. This one's really going to show how long I've been around. I remember when we used to say light as a feather, stiff as a board while trying to make somebody levitate at a slumber party? Not you was either too young or you boring. Just going to say it. Anyway, that was a whole group energy working session. A ritual. We didn't know we was playing with intention and belief, which is 2 major key ingredients for spell work. I bet you didn't realize you was doing divination when you was saying eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because you thought it was a harmless decision-making rhyme, but you was repeating a chant while focusing on different options, determining its fate, or your fate. It easily falls into the realm of spell work. Speaking wasn't a song, we did have to repeat it. You remember having to go to that mirror and saying Bloody Mary? How many times were you required to say it? At least 3. Straight up invocation work. Because as y'all know, mirrors are portals. Chanting somebody's name is a classic summoning ritual, especially when it's done 3 times, repetitively. A lot of us was out here calling spirits and we didn't even know it. Let me just clarify, I wasn't. I mean, I would act like I was down, go in that bathroom, lock the door, act like I was saying. I absolutely wasn't looking in the mirror. As a matter of fact, I wasn't saying it at all. Saying something close to that. I could trick my friends. My spirit always had me, because my spirit always said something ain't right with this. Last but not least, this is the one that worked my nerve the most. Step on a crack, break your mama's back. You don't know how many fights I almost got into because of that one. I step on a crack and then you're gonna say, that's why your mama back broke. Cause what? You out here cursing my mama? I used to have a whole attitude like my mama back ain't broke. Now that I think about it, my mama is having back pain. I hope I never said it one time because of peer pressure. I apologize, mama. It's wild how innocent repetition of words and actions can literally turn into ritual and spell work. You ain't even know it. Literally had our little asses out here cursing ourselves. Yet they was worried about us cussing. Big difference. You layer a lot of these chants with actual group energy work. You know, like when the children was holding hands, singing the same thing. This amplified the energy and the vibe. So these chants was touching on themes of energy manipulation. Oh, and symbolic intent. What this taught me was, everything is not always as innocent as it seems.
Apparently, childhood rhymes were spells in disguise. No wonder we all had nightmares.
Do you know why something evil has to ask permission to come into your house? It sort of goes back to this old belief that nothing evil, nothing negative can enter into your life, can enter into your home unless you give it permission. See, we naturally have this protective barrier surrounding us. Some people call it guardian angels. Some people call it, a protective spirit. But we are naturally protected from these sort of things. But these evil, these negative entities try and break us down and get us to open that space, to allow them to come in. And so our homes, where we live, where we love, where we share intimate moments, right? That becomes a protective space. And this evil entity cannot enter through that doorway until you give it permission. Now, this story comes out of North Carolina. There was this woman who said when she was a young girl, she grew up in a small home up in the Appalachian Mountains. And she said when they first moved into this house, she remembers at night hearing what sounded like young children out in the woods laughing and saying things and calling her to come outside. And she would see shadows moving across her window like someone was walking around out there. She just ignored it, and she really had no idea what was going on. And she had heard stories, she had heard rumors from friends, that if anything evil comes to your door or invites you outside, do not listen to them, do not follow. Well, this one particular night, her parents left her in charge of watching her brothers and sisters. And she said they were running around the house playing when all of a sudden she got kind of this sick feeling in her stomach, like something was wrong. And she said her brother started screaming and started freaking out and crying. And she's like, what's going on? Like, what's wrong? And he says, they're coming for us. Like, they're going to get us. They're coming. And she's like, what are you talking about? Who's coming? And he just kept saying, like, they're coming. And all of a sudden they hear boom, 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 like a knock at the front door. So she runs over to the window and she looks out. And she said at the front door was this young boy, with an old-timey haircut and wearing sort of like this blue jacket and blue pants with these like black boots. And she said he just looked out of place. She knew something was wrong. So she calls out to him from behind the door. Yes, like, what do you want? What do you need? And she said this boy responded, please let me in. Please let me in. And she's like, no, I'm not supposed to open the door. Mom and Dad are gone. Like, I can't open the door for you. And he's like, please, it's cold. Let me in. And she said, no, you're going to have to go somewhere else. I'm not opening the door. And right as she says that, the lights in the house started to flicker. And she said she took her brothers and sisters, they ran into their mother's room, and she closed the door, and they all just started praying. And finally, their parents got home, and they felt safe again. And she said within a couple weeks, it was all over this town that there was a young kid who disappeared. And she felt like that had something to do with whoever was knocking on the door there.
When kids knocking at midnight look straight out of the 1800s, your hospitality should stop at triple locking the door.
Do not sleep with your telephone facing you. Whether it's daytime, nighttime, don't sleep with your telephone facing you. Y'all, I'm terrified. Last night, somebody was watching me while I was asleep through my telephone. Now, y'all, I sleep with my phone on the charger, but it's like one of them upright chargers and it's facing my bed. And I went to bed probably about 12 or 1 o'clock last night. For some reason, I really couldn't sleep. So I went to sleep. I'm a light sleeper. I sleep with the TV on. And I sleep with the rain and thunder sound on. So my room is quiet, all besides the little rain and thunder sound that I have on my phone. But my phone goes black or whatever. So when I was asleep, I heard like a microphone, like movement, like somebody was moving a microphone. And I thought that I was tripping. So I just laid there. And then I heard it again. So I woke up and I looked at my phone and I saw a man with his face on the screen watching me. So y'all, I panicked and I just jumped up out the bed, like where he can see me. I just jumped up and then I grabbed my phone and I turned it up toward the ceiling, like where he couldn't look at me. And he said, come back. He told me to come back. Then he started speaking a different language. So I immediately started trying to turn off my phone. I turned my cell phone off. He was still on the phone and he was speaking in a different language for probably about 30 seconds. And then it finally went away. I'm just telling y'all, I don't know what that was. That was the first time that has ever happened to me in my life. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. My blood pressure was 100/99. And I don't even have high blood pressure. The doctor was like, that's unusual. I just want to tell y'all, I need y'all to share this message. Please do not sleep with your phone facing you. Sleep with it on the back where they can see the roof, because that was insane. Y'all tell me y'all thoughts on this.
My phone's doing too much.
this video, this is gonna freak you out because this fucked me up. So this is my normal phone, right? I got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Okay, case is cute, right? But this freaked me out the other day because I noticed something. I'm gonna just hit the button to, you know, turn my lock screen on. Really normal. Hey Siri. Okay, she heard me, right? Boom. I'm gonna turn my lock screen back off. I'm going to cover it with paper. I have 4 sheets of papers here. Covered it. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Boom. So you can still see that it's not covering the mic. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Watch this. Hey Siri. You want to make it even creepier? You want to make it even creepier? Watch this, right? So you can literally go, hey Siri, loud as you want. Hey Siri! Nothing happens. Uncover the camera. Uncover your camera. Hey Siri. See that? They're fucking watching us. They're telling us that they're only listening, but they're watching. She won't even fucking hear you. She won't even hear you unless she can see you. They're spying.
If your phone start FaceTime without your permission, it's probably not a software glitch. It's the NSA doing its nightly check-in.